Hercule Poirot, starring Rick Geary in the case of the Careless colors. And the other players in order of appearance are Eleanor Marple, Joanne Pumphrey, Joyce Herbert, Jan Kearney, Russell Miller, and Janet Green.
Hello.
Hi.
I have the desire to rent an apartment.
Who has it?
Please, mademoiselle, do not jest. Alone, I have with me a brief dossier of my requirements. Please to read it.
Well, all right. Gentleman desires a bright sunshining apartment of a reasonable quietness near the heart of the city. Should be furnished with the utmost charm. French provincial, if possible. Prices of no consequence, as long as it is very reasonable. Huh? Please communicate with me at the Hotel Windsor. Hercules Poirot. P-O-I-R-O-T.
No, mademoiselle. The name is Poirot. Hercule Poirot.
Well, I wish you luck, Mr. Poirot.
Finding an apartment, mademoiselle, it is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of employing the little gray cells. If you can find an apartment for me, please do me the kindness to inform me.
Sure, if you'll do something for me.
And what is that?
If you can find an apartment for me, please do me the kindness to inform me.
Going up. Floor, please.
Number 5.
Just go.
You are new here, no?
Yes, sir. Only came on yesterday. You are Mr. Poirot, aren't you?
Poirot.
Poirot. One of the boys pointed you out. Here you are, sir. 5th floor.
Oh, 1,000 apologies, madame.
Not at all. It was entirely my fault.
Madame appears troubled. Perhaps I may be of some slight assistance.
No, well, if you're sure you don't mind.
But of course not.
You see, it's my door. It won't open.
Aha. And where is this obstinate door, eh?
It's right down the corridor, room 515.
If I may have the key.
But that's just it. The door isn't locked. I left it open only 10 minutes ago.
Indeed, madame is very trusting, eh?
Here it is. You see? It's stuck. It won't budge.
It is not precisely stuck, madame. It gives a little. The door is barricaded.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, voila. She moves, eh?
Oh, thanks a million. Now what do you suppose?
No, wait, madame. Perhaps it is better if I look first. Alas, it is I have feared.
What is it?
You do not know? Look.
Oh, it's a man. Is he?
Oui, madame. He has been strangled. This is murder. Zut the laws, I must compliment you, madame. Your color, it is excellent. And you did not even commence to faint. For one who...
I don't fall apart in a crisis, if that's what you mean. furthermore, I'm not Madame, I'm Mademoiselle. By choice, Miss Abigail Fletcher. And now, if you'll get that corpse out of here, I'd like to sit down.
That I regret I cannot do, mademoiselle. The body must not be touched before the police arrive.
Police?
Well, yes, of course, the police. I am calling them now. Hello, hello. Ah, Inspector Stevens. It is I, Hercule Poirot. Alas, no, I have not yet found the apartment. But I have found something of perhaps more interest. Of course. Right here in my hotel. Room number
515.
Number 5. Mademoiselle, what are you doing with the body?
Nothing. I was trying to see his face.
You will have that opportunity later. Pardon, Inspector. We are in room 515. Bien. We shall inspect you immediately. Bien, Miss Fletcher. Now that you have observed the face of this unfortunate one, perhaps you will be good enough to tell me who he is.
I certainly will not. Who do you think you are?
Mademoiselle, permit me to introduce myself. I am Hercule Poirot, formerly chief of the Belgian Sûreté.
Yeah? That's what you say. Now look, Mr. Poirot, I've read plenty of detective stories, and none of them had a detective that looked anything like you. I'll wait for the police and let them ask me the questions.
As you desire, mademoiselle. I merely wish to point out one thing. It is you the police will question first.
Me?
But of course, you are the most likely suspect, no?
Well, all right. What do you want to know?
First, what are you doing here in this hotel?
Why, I've lived here for 10 solid years, ever since I left Cincinnati, Ohio.
And what do you do? What is your occupation?
Why, I don't have any occupation. I've got a little income, and I like it here in New York. And the last few years, I've been doing war work, Red Cross and things like that.
You seem a trifle vague, mademoiselle. Now, about this man. Who is he?
I don't know. I never saw him before in my life.
Mademoiselle, I advise you to consider your answers with care. Do not forget, a man lies dead in this room.
I can't help that. I don't know who he is or how he got here. I told you, I was out of the room for 10 minutes.
That may be, Miss Fletcher, but it does not help you. This man has been dead for at least 1 hour.
How do you know?
If you will touch the body, you will observe it is already beginning to cool. Therefore, mademoiselle, if you left this room only 10 minutes ago, your situation is indeed grave, for this man was already dead.
Oh, but I couldn't have done it.
So, and why not?
Because his body was lying right across the doorway. You know perfectly well I couldn't get out through this doorway and still leave a body wedged against it. Belgian surety, indeed.
Very good, mademoiselle. But you could have murdered him in here, made your departure by way of this fire escape, through the room overhead, and come down inside the building to this corridor, where you so innocently made my acquaintance. You see, there is evidence that the fire escape has but recently been used. Now, it is not so amusing, eh?
Well, I don't care. I had nothing to do with this. I know you detectives. You're out to get a suspect. And just because a man was murdered in my room...
Gently, gently, mademoiselle. All is not lost. Fortunately, you deal with Hercule Poirot, who goes one step beyond the obvious. You see, this poor man was not murdered in your room. He was killed in the room overhead.
But why? Why kill him upstairs and leave him on my doorstep?
That, mademoiselle, Mademoiselle, we shall discover in due course.
All right, Mr. Perot. Now that you've got the course safely locked in my room and us outside, what am I supposed to do? Sleep on the fire escape?
I do not think that will be necessary, mademoiselle. You are coming with me to the lobby, where we shall wait for my friend, Inspector Stevens. She will see that you are comfortably sheltered for the night.
Oh, tell me, Mr. Perot, how'd you figure out that the murder took place upstairs?
Is it not apparent, Miss Fletcher? Please to squeeze the bell for the elevator. I look out of your window and observe the fire escapes. And what do I find? Everywhere the dust reposes peacefully.
Well, naturally, the help is too busy to polish fire escape.
Ah, mademoiselle, but on one stairway, the one leading up from your window, all is disarranged. There is a broad, clear path through the dust, and it is precisely the width of a human body. And since the path extends only to the first floor, it is obvious that the body has been dragged down from room 615. Also, on the garments of the dead man, the trousers, the left elbow, and across the shoulders, there are unmistakable traces of rust. Ah, voila, the elevator.
Going down?
Mademoiselle, would you be so good as to explain why you were so long in arriving?
It's this old car. Every once in a while it goes on the fritz.
Como? On the fritz?
Out of order.
Yeah, it got stuck on the 9th.
You have been on the 9th floor all this time?
Yeah, that's right.
That is difficult to believe,
Why?
because the indicator has been pointing to the basement.
That indicator. Soon as anything goes wrong, it flops.
I am not so sure that it is true of the indicator, but unquestionably, mademoiselle, it is true of the Too Clever murder. As soon as anything goes wrong, it flops. Ah, bien, Inspector Stevens. Here is the situation. An unknown man strangled to death in one room and dragged down the fire escape to another.
Perot, if this body is the person I think it is, the commissioner will have my head.
Eh? Mon ami, forgive me. You seem agitated.
And we were warned too. I assigned my best man to guard him. The smartest cop on my force, Sam Trimble. Good Lord, Perot. There's going to be an international scandal.
Gently, mon ami. You go too fast, even for Hercule Poirot. Who is this magnificent figure of international importance?
Parrish. Jonathan Parrish.
Parrish? Ah, oui. The name rings a bell. He is a big currency expert, eh?
That's right. He's on his way to Europe to set up the new paper currency for the liberated countries. Checked in at the Windsor today. Was supposed to pick up some papers, dyes, and inks, and then hop a bomber. Tonight.
5th floor, please. An enormous undertaking, and one of great importance.
And I was responsible for his safety. He's supposed to be an eccentric sort of guy. No photographs, no publicity. Trimble was the only man on the force who knew him at all, and Trimble failed. You see what it means, Perot?
I see only this, my friend. We have arrived at the first step in the solution of this distressing murder. but now we know the motive. This way, Inspector. This is the room, Mademoiselle Fletcher. Your key.
Here you are.
I'll never live this down.
You exaggerate, mon ami. Even the best of men sometimes fail. Regard, Inspector. Here is your corpse.
They certainly did a job. Thunderation.
You are shocked, monsieur?
Perot, do you realize what's happened?
But of course, Inspector. It is not Jonathan Parrish who has been murdered, but your own faithful policeman, Sam Trimble.
Perot, that's not very funny. You knew it all the time.
Pardon, mon ami. I knew nothing of the sort.
But you distinctly told me.
No, Inspector. You told me. To me, the dead man was an unknown cause. It could be anyone. But when you speak of two men, one a wealthy financier of international importance, the other a police officer, by employing the little gray cells, it is not difficult to conclude that a corpse with the large, high, comfortable shoes and plain suit is the policeman.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
Madame, there is no time now for the profuse apologies.
You're right. We've got to get Parrish at once. The poor guy doesn't even know his bodyguard's gone. Hello? Hello, operator? What room is Jonathan Parrish in? 615? Hold on, Perot. That's the room directly over the one where Trimble was killed.
Precisely.
Operator, let me talk to Mr. Parrish.
I think you will find the gentleman does not answer.
Why not?
Obviously, he would not witness a murder without reporting it. On the other hand, he too may be.
Good Lord, Perot. Do you think he's dead too? We know he received a warning from Hillary Kent.
I do not follow you, mon ami.
Oh, I don't blame you. Hillary Kent is a criminal egomaniac.
Ah, one who commits crime chiefly for the pleasure of baffling the police, eh?
Exactly. Well, this Hillary Kent, or someone who calls himself Hillary Kent, is one of those guys. He pulled off a few clever jobs and got away with them. We don't know anything about him, but whoever he is, he's got to get a thrill out of every job. So he makes it a rule to warn his victims.
Me, I know the type well. And Monsieur Parrish, I take it, has received such a warning?
Right. Now you see why I signed my best man?
Bien. But now we must hasten upstairs to Mr. Parrish's room. Already it may be too late.
I'll go too. I don't want to stay here with this body.
You'll stay right here, Miss Fletcher, until I give you permission.
Inspector, if you do not mind, myself, I am not averse to Miss Fletcher's company. I find her very intriguing.
Oh, no answer.
But naturally, you do not expect the murderer to sit down and wait for us. You will have to employ the passkey.
Remember, Miss Fletcher, you're not to touch anything.
It's perfectly all right. I'm wearing gloves.
The inspector is thinking of fingerprints? Why, I do not think he will find any. Monsieur Kent, or whoever the killer may be, is too clever to leave any such traces.
Well, maybe, but I want to be sure you don't lose even the tiniest clue.
An excellent approach, mon ami. There are many interesting things we may learn here about Monsieur Parrish.
He certainly gets around.
The labels on his luggage are from the four corners of the earth.
Miss Fletcher, I said you're not to touch anything.
For goodness sake, it's only a book.
Books may be of great significance, eh? This one, for example, it is no ordinary book. It is a stamped album of great value. Some of these stamps are almost without price, eh? Very interesting. This Guatemala blue.
Put up your hands, all of you.
Thunderation. Inspector Stevens.
Don't move. I said don't move.
Have no fear, monsieur. I will not dispute the authority of your gun.
Mister, you can't get away with this. Put your gun down and talk fast. Who the devil are you?
But obviously, Inspector, this is the man we seek. Monsieur Jonathan Parrish.
That's right. That's just who I am. Speak up. Which one of you is Hillary Kent?
Hillary Kent?
Yes.
Now wait a minute, Mr. Parrish. You got this all wrong. I'm Inspector Stevens, Homicide Squad, and this is Hercule Poirot, the famous Belgian detective.
So you say. You don't look like a policeman to me, particularly that guy with the silly mustache.
Hey,
You stay right where you are until I check you out.
bien, Monsieur Parrish. Now that you are satisfied as to our identity,
Well, I've heard of you, of course. You're supposed to be the greatest French detective in the world.
oh, always people say this about me, Monsieur, but it is not entirely true. I am not French, I am Belgian.
Well, I wish you'd all get out of here so you'd leave me alone. I'm expecting my daughter and I don't want her running into a room full of policemen.
But Monsieur, you are in great danger. You must be protected every moment.
You offer me police protection? Not worth a hoot.
I beg your...
That's what I said, not worth a hoot. I have protection. Some detective they assigned to me. Where is he?
He is dead.
What?
He was murdered in the very room while protecting you.
Therefore, if you do not object too violently, I shall undertake to protect you until you step aboard your airplane.
All right, stay. I don't know how long it will be. I'm just waiting for a little parcel to be delivered. Then I'm off.
Monsieur is taking with him much equipment?
Yes, quite a load. I've already sent most of it to the airport.
Ah, bon. That is good.
Miss, don't eat that chocolate. It might be poisoned.
Oh, nonsense. This candy isn't poisoned.
I wouldn't be too sure. That box of candy supposedly came from my daughter Laura. It was delivered a little while ago.
But you suspect she did not send it?
Well, she's supposed to come here in person. Should be here now, in fact, so why should she send it?
You are very shrewd, mon ami.
Hi. Oh, excuse me.
Wait a minute, Jenny, come back here. What do you want?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if Mr. Parrish got his extra laundry box okay.
Yes, I received it.
Okay, excuse me.
I picked up a few more things to take along. Special dyes and inks. They'll just about fill up the laundry box. Excuse me, I've got a lot to go into the bedroom and finish packing.
Crusty old bird, isn't he?
How would you be if you knew someone was out to kill you? No wonder he's jittery.
Ah, he's irritable and nervous. That perhaps explains it.
Explains what?
Why he wears upon his feet that unique pair of socks, one of which is green and the other brown.
All right, if the man wants to be eccentric, let him be. I've still got a murder to catch. You want to come along?
No, Inspector. I have attached myself to Monsieur Parrish, and I propose to see that...
Come in.
found this on the sidewalk outside the hotel. Thought you might want to take a look at it before turning it in to the lost and the found.
Okay, Brady. Okay, Brady. Thanks. A lady's purse. Unusual assortment of stuff. Cosmetics, perfume, change, keys. Do you make anything of this, Perot?
Ah, sacre bleu.
What is it?
These initials, LP. Monsieur Parrish.
Yeah,
What did you say was the name of your charming daughter?
Laura.
Good Lord. LP, Laura Parrish.
Perot, where are you going?
I have a little idea, Mademoiselle Fletcher. Please to accompany me.
How about Mr. Parrish? You are attached to him.
I have become momentarily detached. I leave him in your care, Inspector. Protect him with the apple of your eye. Come. It will not be the first time you have left the elevator unattended, Mademoiselle Jenny. Come along.
Mr. Perot, you're wasting your time in this basement, believe me.
Nevertheless, it interests me. Please to light the way.
There's nothing here, just a lot of ash cans.
One moment. What is behind this door?
Well, that's the laundry bin. They just keep the soiled linen in there. You won't find anything in there.
We shall take one brief glance, eh?
There, you see? Nothing but a pile of dirty sheets and pillowcases.
Good gracious. What a laundry bill they must have.
Bien. Let us proceed. One moment.
What is it?
Sacre bleu.
Holy-
Protruding from under these sheets.
Holy cow!
A foot. A small foot. This is what I fear.
Look.
Ah, it moves. Then we are not too late. Quickly, madame. Help me to uncover her.
That's all I know, Mr. Perot. I was walking along the street towards the hotel. Just as I passed the alley, I was pulled in. I tried to scream, but something was pushed against my mouth.
Chloroform, Miss Parrish. Had you seen your assailant, you would have seen Hillary Kent. Otherwise, Miss Parrish, you are most fortunate. Another few minutes under those linens, and who knows? Voila, here is your room of your father. Inspector Stevens, here is Miss Parrish.
Oh, well, that's a relief. Come in. I was afraid, Perot, you'd turn up with a body. How did you manage to find her?
That is not important now. We have found her, but we seem to have lost the father.
Oh, yes. Miss Parrish, I'm sorry. Your father's terribly upset about, but this material was delivered and he had to rush off to the airport.
Oh, no. Don't believe. Tell me that I missed him after all.
Ah, my pauvre petite, we have neglected you, eh? Miss Fletcher, your room is now free of corpses. Please take Mademoiselle Parrish down and extend to her the first aid.
Come along, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Inspector, I hope you do not have laid it to the cause to regret that you permitted Parrish to go off to the airport unprotected.
He'll be all right. Besides, I've got a job to do here. Although, frankly, I'm in a complete fog. I can't make head nor tails of this whole business.
No, Stevens, the head and the tail we have.
What?
Yes, it is merely a fragment of the middle that we still lack.
Well, who is it? Hey, Perot, where are you going?
To see how Miss Parrish is, and to telephone the airport to see that Mr. Parrish receives the proper attention. Au revoir.
Mr. Perot, where are you taking me now? I'd like to have some.
Mr. Perot, Mr. Perot.
Hello, someone calls?
It's Jenny in that parked car.
Mr. Perot, I got a message for you from Inspector Stevens. She rushed off a minute ago.
From Stevens? What is it? What is the message?
She says she just got word that Mr. Parrish has been seriously hurt in an automobile accident on North Salem Road.
Mon Dieu, this is too much.
You're to get there as fast as you can. Here's the address.
52 North Salem Road. Monsieur, your duties for the day are over?
Yeah?
And this is your vehicle?
Yeah, why?
There is no time to seek a taxi, so I will impose on your kindness. Miss Fletcher, quickly please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
North Salem Road, right?
No, to the airport.
What?
But Mr. Parrish isn't at the airport. He's injured on North Salem Road.
No, mademoiselle. That is what I was intended to believe. Do you not think Jenny is not here? I assure you.
How do you know?
Well, North Salem Road is not on the way to the airport. It is in the opposite direction. This is merely a trick to keep me from the flying field. We must hurry there before it is too late.
Well, the airplane is still there, but I don't see anything amiss.
Hold on, over there.
Parrish, as large as life.
Yep, that's him all right.
Come along, please. Both of you. Monsieur Parrish.
Monsieur Perot, my daughter, is she?
She is at the hotel, monsieur, resting. She has had a small misadventure, but she is entirely safe.
Oh, thank heavens.
You are relieved, eh?
Am I? I don't think I'd have gotten on the plane if you hadn't found her. Fortunately, I didn't have to. They've been delayed a little.
Perot!
Inspector Stevens, I knew you would not walk into the trap.
Yeah, but as usual, you beat me to it. I was halfway out to North Salem Road before I realized what was cooking.
Bien. Here is Mr. Parrish safe and sound, eh? I suggest the bomber be inspected with great care. There may be sabotage.
Good idea.
Also, have all the doors of this building guarded.
Hey, Mr. Perot, do I have to hang around here?
But of course, Jenny, we may require you for a return trip. Oh, Monsieur Parrish, here is the pilot to report.
We're ready now, Mr. Perot.
Thank you. Oh, Captain, here comes my luggage. Will you see that it gets aboard?
Right, sir.
And be especially careful with the wooden crate. Well, goodbye, Inspector. I must admit you've been extremely helpful, and I'm much obliged.
Not at all, goodbye. And happy landings.
Miss Fletcher,
Goodbye, sir.
Monsieur Perrault, it's been a privilege to know you, and I'm only sorry I couldn't remain here to see you break the case.
But you have, monsieur.
I beg your pardon.
The case, it is broken. Inspector, meet Hilary Kent, the gentleman to whom you have just wished bon voyage.
Hilary Kent?
You're mad, Perrault.
Good gracious. I thought he was Parrish.
In that wooden crate, which I have waited so long to see. It is not to be moved, Inspector.
Why not?
Because, mon ami, it contains the body of Jonathan Parrish. A charming restaurant this, n'est-ce pas? The planes circling above give one the feeling of flying, eh?
The feeling I've got, if that's what flying gives you, keeps me from it.
That is natural. I too do not like murder, Miss Fletcher. Inspector Stevens, everything is taken care of?
Yes, they've taken Kent away now.
Then perhaps you will join us in a little supper.
No thanks, Perrault. I've got to get back. I just dropped over to ask a few questions.
For example,
Well, when did you first suspect that Kent was impersonating Parrish?
almost from the start. When we entered the room of Monsieur Parrish, what did we find, eh? An amazing paradox. On the one hand, we have a man who is an ardent stamp collector, whose album is in perfect order. Each stamp, each shade of stamp, precisely in its place, eh? Except the most valuable one of all, a Guatemala blue, reposing among American 3-cent stamps. Later, when I look at his socks, one green and one brown, I am certain the man in the room is colorblind.
And therefore not Parrish, the stamp collector?
More important than that, he cannot be Parrish, the currency expert who is to select the colors and shades of the new paper money, eh? Therefore, if the man in the room is not Parrish, who is he?
Obviously, Hilary Kent.
Then why didn't you arrest him right away?
Because without a body one cannot prove a murder. And I felt sure Monsieur Kent would lead me to the body.
And you weren't guarding him, you were watching him.
Precisely.
Well, you weren't so smart. When you let him out of your sight, he might have gotten away in the plane.
Not at all. When I called the airport, it was to make sure that the plane would not leave until I gave the word.
You know everything, don't you?
Some things are obvious, mademoiselle. We can suppose Hilary Kent discovers the nature of the mission Monsieur Parrish is engaged in. What a magnificent opportunity for a swindler, eh? Perhaps the greatest in history. To remove Jonathan Parrish, fly to Europe as Parrish, deliver the papers, the formulas, the dies, to the proper authorities, and then at the proper moment, used. Counterfeit the new currency and reap a huge fortune.
Jumping codfish. This man must be mad.
Perhaps, mademoiselle, but he is also a genius, eh? He learns that Parrish is at the Hotel Windsor in room 615. He knocks on the door. Parrish admits him and is at once strangled to death, eh? But the body, that must be disposed of, where no one will find it. There is but one thing to do. Take the body to Europe in the very packing case which stands in the room.
Then you just guessed where the body was.
No, Inspector. There was proof in the room. You remember the second laundry box which Hillary Kent asked for? This is for some special ink, he says to us, which I have only now purchased. Obviously, this is a lie. On such a mission, one does not purchase supplies at the last minute, eh? Hence, I know these inks and dyes have been removed from some other box or crate to make room for the body.
Gracious, it's as plain as the nose on my face. What about Laura Parrish?
Oh, I got that figured out. She calls up and says to Ken, "Pop, I'm coming over." Of course, he can't allow her to, or the jig's up. So he gets down to the alley and eliminates her. Right, Perot?
Exactly. As for poor Trumbull, he has been with Parrish. He knows him. When he knocks on the door and Kent appears, he demands to see Parrish. Kent kills him, and since the packing case is already occupied, drags him down to Miss Fletcher's room.
That was his big mistake. He should have never started up with me.
Excuse me for a moment. I think that's the Ward wagon pulling in.
Mademoiselle, may I ask you a question of a personal nature?
Fire away.
Mademoiselle, you are now not engaged in a business enterprise?
No.
Are you fluent with the shorthand and the typewriter?
Why, yes.
Bon, mademoiselle. I find you both intelligent and amusing. A rare combination in a woman. Moreover, I am in great need of a secretary with your superb qualifications.
Why, Mr. Perot.
Oh, you do not yet employ the little gray cells to the best advantage. Nevertheless, if you are interested.
Oh, Mr. Perot, for 10 years I've been devouring detective stories, and you asked me if I'm interested? Chief, you've got a secretary.
Well, Perot, they've taken Ken away now. I guess that winds up the case.
Not quite, Inspector. Tell me, where does Monsieur Kent reside?
We found a lease on him for an apartment in Garnicky Park.
That is a good neighborhood?
Oh, swell. It's right in the heart of the city. But why do you ask?
I do not think Monsieur Kent will need an apartment for some time. But I do. You see, my friends, as I have said, to find an apartment in New York City is the essence of simplicity. One has only to solve 2 murders.
This play was originally aired on February 22nd, 1945 on CBS Radio.